Hi, it's John Florescu here. I'm in Bucharest, and I am welcoming tonight Nicolae Mocanu, who I met the first time, I think, October 1st in Chisinau. And we spent a long day together, and I got to know him, and I got very interested in what he had to say. I just want to add a few words about him. He was born in 1988 in a town called Dubasari, is that correct? Dubasari. And we went to where he was raised in Transnistria in a town called Koznitsa. So we went all around the town of Koznitsa and ran into his friends. So it was a bit of a homecoming. There following, he was at University of Iași, where he studied law, and then came down to Bucharest, where I am now, and he was there working as a counselor to Prime Minister Bok. He then returned to Chisinau, where he ran the marketing department, and a short time later became head of the station. So at age 37, he's head of the station, which is probably a record, one of the youngest guys to run a station up there. And I regard ourselves as incipient friends. And anyways, I wanted to thank you for joining us. I wanted to ask a question. I mentioned Transnistria because for many Americans or others, it's almost like a mysterious place. In the United States, Transylvania a lot of people think of Transylvania doesn't exist, but Transylvania exists, and so it does Transnistria. Could you tell us a little bit about the region, the autonomous region or semi-autonomous region of Transnistria?
Yes. Thank you, John. Thank you for coming and show us a great movie, historical movie about our queen. Yes, Transnistria, these lands are on the left side of River Nistru. Dark territory, how we say it, because there are Russian troops. In 1992, Russians fought with us, and Moldova was the first country attacked by Russians in 1992. Russian troops stays they are already there and keep us not to integrate in European Union, not to have a good life. They let's say captured us.
Right, and this is Transnistria, yeah.
In 1992, my father fought with Russians in that war and died on 19th May. 19 May. Let's say, for me, the same is the lands where I grow up, and is the land where my father died. It's something between good and bad, this Transnistrian region.
Yep.
And we want the people from that place want to be free. A lot of people can travel free, can speak Romanian language because of Russians. That's why we have a lot of work. That's why we help how we can. We help Ukraine. And I think I have a duty to fight with them like my father fought in 1992.
That's the main point. And of course, I invited you because I thought you had a specific insight. But interestingly enough, also, you are on the front end of a disinformation war that is on the eastern edge of Europe, in a country that isn't in NATO, and with the Russians' 14th Army right next door. Tell me about this army in this context, and particularly at this point in time. Is this army large? Is it big? Is it mobilized? Is it trained? Tell us a little bit about this army.
Yes, this is 14 army of Russians. In the front was the General Lebedev in 1992. I think they not more than 5 or 7,000 Russian soldiers, and their own army, because it's an unrecognized state there. They have their own police ministry,
schools,
army, and so on, like a state, but they're unrecognized. Even Russian unrecognized this region because they don't have connection with this territory. That's why they don't recognize. I think Russian want to occupy Ukraine, to join with the Transnistrian region, and when this thing will happen, I think it will be very difficult for Moldova and for Romania and for all of Europe.
In fact, even tonight, I think that the National Security or Romanian State Office says there's risks of large-scale and long-lasting armed conflict near the border. Well, they must be referring likely to Moldova. Do you think it poses a serious risk, that you view that Moldova could be entered by the 14th Army if Ukraine capitulates in a significant way?
Now they are very quiet because the Russians are far away from here. But if Russians will come closer, they will have more energy. They will have more aggressive comportments.
Yeah.
Now they are very quiet, let's say, because they depend on Moldova. They don't have electricity. They don't have gas.
Basic, yeah.
Yes. That's why now they are quiet. They stay quiet. But they only sleep now.
Yeah.
They are not active. When the time will come, when will Russian come closer, I think everything will change.
You told me when we were driving around and we entered Transnistria together, and I went to the place where your father had his grave site. And in fact, there are two grave sites, one that was done at the time he died and one that was done later, so you could bring your family there to pay tribute and sit properly, I remember, nearby. And I said that that you are leading the counterforce of a disinformation war. You mentioned that we need programs, we need something to sustain our side of the picture. Give me a view, an overview of this information war on both sides. Who is on your side? Who is on their side? And how strong is your side and how strong is their side?
First of all, Moldova was ex-Soviet country. Russians have a lot of propaganda, a lot of Russians here. They live here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Russian propaganda use everything here: culture, movies, comedy shows, even religion, price. They are like an army here. They work against Occidental values. They want to be part of big Russia, Novorossia, let's say, like a new Russia.
Yeah.
Their propaganda based on religion. So we don't need money from Occident. We don't need a good life. We don't sell our soul.
Yes.
This is propaganda. We call Duginism because Dugin promote this kind
Dugin,
of
the philosopher of this dogma.
Yes. That's why we have a lot of problems with churches, Russian churches here. They let's say work every day with people in the villages, the price, and this year and last year we had elections, and the Russians paid a huge sums, a lot of money here to turn the political tide. That's why I think me as a director of television, of Romanian public television here in Moldova, we need more TV shows, good TV shows, because Russians have a good TV show, because this is their propaganda. They make like, let's say, like
show they're wealthy, they have money.
yes, they have a lot of money and they pay a lot of money for the TV shows. They make very quality, very high level. That's why I think that if we don't have these comedy shows, these political, I have a Factor Fake show, Fake News Alert. We alert people when we have a fake
news.
Yes, fake news. That's why for me it's very important to keep people wake up, to show them the true and the wrong things happen here in our society. Good movies, because Russians made a lot of movies. With these movies, they explain people how they must to live, how they must to keep them in a Russian culture, and people look at these movies. That's why I told that we need more European, American, Occidental movies with open brain, with another life. People must understand that you must to live in a free country, in a free
society.
Yes, not in a occupied one, with army, with blood, with a lot of suffering people.
And you were saying, Nicolae, that they're good at this game, that the propaganda is sophisticated. Can you give an example of the kind of propaganda, whether it comes on the internet or whether it comes in public places or in church? Give us an example of the kind of propaganda that you hear.
Yes, first of all, in Occident lives only gays and lesbians. And we are people that go in the church and they are lesbians and gay, all of
Lesbians
them.
And gay, yeah.
Yes, lesbians and gay. This is the most
common.
Often I hear this kind of propaganda. After that, let's say Europeans, Americans need to buy your lands, and you will have nothing here because they will pay a lot of money. They want to buy you one by one. We are not for selling.
So that the Americans want, or the Westerners want to buy this country, this land, bit by bit.
Yes.
So
They
like
don't
the
give us
imperialists.
freedom. They will occupy you. They will compromise you, and so on.
Do you think that people believe this more or less, or they doubt it, or it's mixed?
Most of a lot of people they don't have enough culture to understand that lies are only lies.
Yeah.
Those people lived with the Russians in Soviet period. They know Russian, maybe a few.
Yeah.
They don't know, let's say, American people. They don't know people from France, from England, and they're afraid of strange people. They don't know how to speak with them, how to. They have barrier. They can't understand what the people. Why the people from Europe, from America help us? Why? They have their own interest here, and that's why Russian propaganda use this narratives, these things, and they explain most of people from Moldova. They know Russian very well, like a second language. People from Moldova speak Russian very well because,
like you.
like me, yes. Teenagers from my son is 13 years old. He don't know Russian. He don't want to learn Russian. He speak English very well, but this is only teenagers. People from, let's say, 15 years old, they know Russian because
I see.
we see or we hear the Russian language
Yep.
everywhere on television, in the city, in the shops, everywhere. Russian culture, Russian people speak. Now even Ukrainians speak Russian here in Moldova because the people can understand each other.
I see. I see.
And they
Now,
speak only Russian.
so they're intensifying their activities. You're saying that you don't have the resources, the funds, the money, the support to push back, or you have limited support to push back. Let me ask you this. President Sandu's party was reelected recently. What was the reaction of the Russian, call it propaganda machine? Did they give up? Did they intensify? What was their reaction to this victory?
They fight a lot with the Russians. Like I said, and in the past, last year and this year, we had elections.
Yeah.
And the police, Moldovan police, fight a lot with. They distracted a lot of groups, a lot of Russians party members. They bring a lot of money in the country. They work with lists. They pay money for a vote. That's why Maya Sandu and the party from the government, in my opinion, made a great work.
Right.
Fighting with Russians. Now they are afraid that Ukraine can become another victim.
Yep.
And we think that we will be the next because we are very not so strong country, let's say, a small country, a small. We don't have a big army.
You have an army, right? You have an army, but a small army, right?
I have a very small army, and I think it's not, how to say, they're not so professional because we are also a poor country.
Yeah.
Why now they want to make them more professional, let's say, to bring some new equipment in country, but it's a long
journey.
Yes.
So you're saying basically that people have become more nervous, more concerned because of the turn of this war going on. Because I always found in Moldova that people seemed surprisingly calm, relaxed, like they knew that this could happen. And I also noticed that many towns on the eastern part of the country are almost empty, and they've left. So the mindset, the way people think, mainly over there, is almost fatalistic. Is it like, well, if this happens again, it happens again? Or are they ready to push back? Or are they encouraging themselves to leave? What's their reaction to this intensified situation?
Yes, first of all, people from Moldova are very peaceful people. They don't want to fight with nobody.
Yeah.
Even in 1992, the people fight with Russians because Russians made a lot of troubles, let's say.
Yeah.
They kill people, civilian people, like in Ukraine. If you look what happened in Ukraine, the same was in Moldova.
Mm-hmm.
But in 1992, we don't have enough, let's say, virtual space
Right.
to show all the horrors or all the victims made by
Yeah.
Russia. But we still speak about this war. We remember, we don't forget about.
Hmm. And do you think the
People can fight with them. No, a lot of people they are very quiet, but if the war will come in our house, I think the people will fight with the war. They don't.
already, in a way, you've suffered from, or you've been a victim of propaganda or disinformation, your people, your colleagues who say this. And also, even during the campaign, I think you mentioned there were threats against your news anchors and other people at the station. Is that correct? Did I understand that correctly?
Yes, yes. We have provocations every day. Um, they let's say I'll be on just a moment.
It's okay. It's okay. It's
A
very
moment.
handy. Technology.
They treat us every day. People from our television how to say,
Threatening.
they want
Threatening.
to provoke us to.
Yeah.
They are very aggressive.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a lot of aggressive messages.
Yeah.
Our
Yeah.
online uh, on site on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a difficult period because they want to people to give up.
To give up. Is the battle going mostly online or, in social media? They have Telegram, which is a Russian created kind of WhatsApp, I suppose. Is that battle going on more online or on television or in newspapers? Where do you see that battle?
Russians are very powerful in television, but Maya Sandu closed a lot of propagandistic Russian channels. I think more than 12, more than 12. Russia Today, Sputnik, RTR, RTR,
Yeah.
a lot of propagandistic channels. That's why they migrate in online space.
Mhm.
They are very powerful now on TikTok, Telegram, Instagram, and Facebook, because these platforms are very used in Republic of Moldova.
Mhm.
That's why they are present there. Channels, uh, um, the government of Republic of Moldova close the channel. They
Yep.
don't have on TV. They don't how to say, they don't show it, but they continue to working to make content for
Yeah.
online platforms like Facebook, Instagram. The people
And
still.
then so they're funded and they're aggressive, and you guys on your side, are you behind in the battle to push back ideas because they have big stations, or is it like in tennis? Is it 6-1, 6-1, or I mean, are they ahead of in this battle or this campaign right now?
They paid more than 350 billion dollars
Right.
for campaign in September. It's a huge, it's a lot of money for Republic of Moldova.
$350 million.
Million dollars, not
Yeah.
billion,
Yeah,
million,
million
sorry,
dollars
million dollars.
In September.
Yes, because in September we had the elections,
Yes.
parliamentary elections.
And if you were watching this or trying to measure this to see how effective, to see how well they're doing, would you say people's ideas, how they think in Moldova, whether it's young or middle-aged, are their ideas movable? Are they changing? Are they being convinced? Where do you see the impact or the effect of these messages on social media, for instance?
I think now more than 60% are pro-European, pro-Occidental electorate.
Mm-hmm.
But a few years ago, it was like 50-50. Now
Yeah.
60-40. And I think pro-European, pro-Occidental grow, this percentage grows up.
Yeah.
I think if Republic of Moldova will integrate in European Union and how they want now to integrate in 2028, I think for Russians will be the last fight in 2028.
Right.
I'm afraid that they will use the army from Transnistria region to attack Chisinau. They can make they can attack
Very easily.
yes, very easily, because they don't have another way. It will be
Right.
the last way, only to attack Moldova, because they Moldova escaped from Russian propaganda, and for them it's.
And from the border of Transnistria, where you're from, by the lake, to the capital of Chisinau, how many kilometers is it?
It's about 40 kilometers.
40 kilometers.
40 kilometers.
And flat and hilly, if I remember right.
Yes, yes.
The support that comes from the West or towards the West, does that support come more from Europe? Does it come from neighboring Romania? Does it come from a particular country, the States? Where does it come from, that support?
First of all, Romania. Romania helped us a lot because of the Pact Ribbentrop-Molotov for Romania was like sacrifice Republic of Moldova, because they took Republic of Moldova. We was the same country, Romania, even Republic of Moldova and Romania the same. Romanian helped a lot us. Even me, I studied in Romanian for free.
Yeah.
I worked in Romania. Now I work for a Romanian institution. They give us a lot of money for reconstruction buildings, for roads, for different ecological, medical domain
Initiatives. Yeah.
issues. Yeah. First of all was Romania. This is the biggest. But now, when we want to integrate in European Union, we have a lot of European funds.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we have a lot. In the past, we had a lot of help from USAID, from PNUD, PNUD, PNUD.
From where?
PNUD, PNUD.
Uh-huh.
Also was the beautiful project in Transnistria region, Millennium, American people. The irrigation in that zone, all the irrigation in that zone was American money. People know that American give us a lot of money to make irrigation in that zone, and they remember this. Now, all this help was stopped. And I think we try in Moldavian houses, and it will be difficult to try after 10 years again.
Yes. You were saying when we were up there, when we were talking in the car, you were saying that Romanian gas warms or heats Moldovan homes. And you even said that you thought of a campaign where you'd speak to the Moldavian people and say you are kept warm by Romanian gas. Um, that was a plan that never happened really in the end. But you say that the support from Romania is real, the support from Western Europe is real, but you seem to saying, is that enough or is it enough?
Yes. First of all, because of Russian propaganda, people don't know they have gas from Romania or from Russia. Most of them remember that the gas, the electricity
Yeah,
came from Russia.
yeah,
And I have an idea to speak with the big gas company from Romania. Let's make a campaign to speak with people
yeah,
to
yeah. With the winter coming on,
yes, and to say let's say the worm come from Romania, from Europe, from Occident. The
right.
people must understand this.
So you feel that the message of Romanian support or the message of European support, you were saying there's probably some doubts about the United States now that built this irrigation thing because of what's going on. So, and also the Russian propaganda says if America helps, they want something back. So they're not really your friend. They pretend to be your friend. And so right now, I would say that you added that a lot of people can't tell the difference between fake news or real news and so forth. Go a little bit into that. Is it because they're not educated? Is it because they're afraid? Or what is it that makes them vulnerable?
First of all, uh, we don't have a strong party now, government party. They are not so strong, and
Yeah,
after these elections, they are very vulnerable
yeah,
because uh, in this propaganda they say you'll see in a half a year you don't have money for bread, you don't have money for water, for nothing. That's why it's very important to help to show that we are still strong. First of all, second, Russians don't give up. They are here. I think while we're talking now, they're regrouping. Uh,
yeah,
um, they haven't gone anywhere.
yeah.
For me, it's very important to this support to be constant.
Constant and steady.
Yes.
You made the comment when I was up there that there are about 2,000 Russian agents that moved from Sofia, I think, to Chisinau. Did I understand that correctly?
Uh, Maybe you remember in elections when they moved.
Well, yeah, I think you were saying that it used to
Not
be.
only in Sofia, in Istanbul, a lot of buses with people must vote in another way. They give
Yeah,
money, they pay ticket, airplane ticket to go in Moldova and to vote. Yes, they have a lot of ways to fight with us. And these 2,000 people from Bulgaria or from Istanbul, from Turkey, yes, they have their own agencies in
yeah,
in these countries. Let's see what happened in Romania with the TikTok elections, how they want to make them, and they make a lot of troubles there
yeah,
with a paid campaign, with a TikTok system,
yeah.
how they use the TikTok system. That's why we must to be very careful with this. We have
Um, you I described you as a head of marketing, which you were before you were head of the station. What kind of message do you think, if you were to just be talking to Europeans or Americans, what kind of message do they have to hear right now if you could have a blitz of advertising on their station or on social media or on whatever platform you could use?
I think people must understand, first of all, like in marketing, if you ask like in marketing,
Yeah,
paid $100, you have results for $100. If you paid 1,000, the result must be,
bigger.
and so on and so on. I think people must understand that they invest in their own security and their own, because, like I said, like was in the Second World War, like is now, I think the Russians will not stop.
Right.
They will fight because they have a dictatorial regime, and dictators can't stop and can't, because people need food, people need uh, hospitals. That's why they will fight to keep them. We need to fight with all over the with all the world,
Yeah.
all countries.
What
That's
is
why
the TV stations? What is the budget, relative budget of a station such as yours in Moldova, or compared to a Russian station? One of your, I think you're number four right now in Romania, in Chisinau, right? You're
we
number four.
can't compare our television with Russian television. I think there are hundreds more, hundreds times more
Yeah,
than our
big,
budget.
stronger. Hmm.
They are very, very. um they
Well
have
financed.
studios. They have a good technique.
Yeah,
Uh, People have a good salaries. Even in Moldova, Russian televisions have double like salary
then use.
than our
Mhm.
from our television. That's why now people need, and they want to found to find uh, programs, to
Yeah.
find money to continue. We
Hmm.
have maybe 5 or 7 good televisions here that they make
Good
good
shows.
content,
Uh-huh.
good shows, and I think all these televisions need support from the Occident.
When you speak to an average individual in Chisinau or in Gen in one of the cities, do you get the feeling that people are aware of the support from Europe or from the United States, or are they kind of like, we don't really believe it, or we'd
No,
like to
no.
see it?
People understand a lot. A lot of people says Europe build or America build for us roads, bridges, hospitals, schools.
Yep.
Russians paid only for propaganda.
Hmm.
They don't pay for roads. They don't pay for illumination. I don't
Yeah.
know infrastructural infrastructure. Uh,
Right.
but people understand because the roads now, if you had see, are pretty good roads.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have a lot of good European projects in villages, in schools, in the in the children garden.
Hmm.
That's why I think that percents of people who understand is growing up,
I see. This disinformation
especially
thing,
teenagers, especially teenagers.
especially the young
They
people.
have a phone. They have all information of all over the world, and
Yeah.
that's why I think they are more informated than old people
Right.
or people without school, people without culture.
Yeah. And education.
We must educate these people to show them another side.
Right. Now, Nikolai, the disinformation campaign that you're talking about that's going on in Russia and I mean in Moldova and through across the country, that probably is going along in other parts of Eastern Europe. You have a wider experience, maybe in Serbia or maybe in Kosovo. I don't know. It doesn't end at your border. What do you see in this region?
Yes. First of all, for me, how I said in the past, Moldova was like a experimental territory.
Hmm.
They use a lot of technique here, and if
Hmm.
that technique is good for them,
Okay. Yeah.
they practice this everywhere. Let's
Right.
say 1992, they attacked Moldova, they keep Moldova blocked. After that, they attack in Georgia, Chechnya, now in Ukraine. They attack every country wants
Right.
to separate with Russians. They attack this country, and
Yep.
they have one book for all these countries, ex Soviet countries. Let's say what happened in Georgia now. They took the the power there. Um, Now they make all the free televisions like enemy televisions because you have money from Occident, they have money, and I think they will use this scenery like in Belarus, like in Georgia, the same in all the countries they will come. The governments will change their politic, and they will say that you are an enemy, you are an propagandistic channel.
Yeah.
Uh, that's why I think they will expansion. This propaganda will
Expand.
expand in all Europe. They will find vulnerabilities in every country in Europe, and they will make troubles there, like in Romania.
Right.
Romania confront this kind of propaganda. They use this propaganda in Moldova, and in Romania was a success for them
Uh-huh.
because the Romanian government uh, the elections they annihilated the elections. That's why I think for Russian propaganda it's a success.
Right, I see. Tell me a practical question. If somebody wanted to advertise on your station, on your channel, how much does it cost for, let's say, a 30-second spot for 30 seconds or a minute? Mainly, let's say, around evening time or sort of prime time. How much does that cost
The right time, I think, uh, for now, for
in
a
euros?
yes, 2,500 euro per month, you can be 3 or 4 5 times per day on our television in a prime time. Let's say 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening.
Right. And for 2,500 euros per 4 month, and you can be on fairly steadily.
Yes.
Have you ever had political messages, or are those considered propagandistic and they don't allow them?
If you have
No,
some
if
message,
you have on your channel, I know you have a show called Fake News, and I know you were the host of the show, and you tried to point out fake news. But if
yes.
somebody came along and said, "Listen, I have $50,000," are you allowed to put on advertising on your channel that has a partisan point of view, a one side point of view?
We choose very carefully. Uh,
What you allow?
yes, we have editorial, let's say,
Yeah, control.
politic control.
Yeah.
If the message is good for us, uh, it's a good message. Yes, of course, we can. We can.
You can do something.
Yes, if if the company that want to make content with us, it will be Gazprom, I will say that
Yeah.
you must go home and to
Yeah,
pay
I
that.
don't. Uh,
Yes, of
um,
course. We have a lot of information,
yeah,
European information. We have a lesson of history that we cut in 1-2 minutes, and we every day rotate this information every day. Every day.
Mhm.
This
Do you still go on TV? Do you still have a show or participate in any of the shows?
me personal?
Yeah, yeah,
No, I am the manager.
right,
Don't participate, but I have a good team.
right.
They are teenagers, but very professional, very dedicated people, and we grow up now. Maybe we are situated on a 5th place in Moldova, mass media.
Yep, number 5, right?
5, yes. And I think we have very educational, let's say,
Right.
programs, TV shows.
And
Good
if
news.
you were to count down the TV stations from number 1 to number 7, how many are pro-Western and how many, if you take the biggest one, the second biggest one, give us an idea of how that balances out.
Now they may be from 1 to 7, 2 pro-Russians, 5 pro-European, but this is because government closed a lot of televisions.
Yeah.
But we must to be carefully what happened now in virtual, in online platforms,
Virtual online.
online, yes,
Right.
because they move their content there, and
Is
they,
more is there more content online or is there more content on the television?
now the television are on the 2nd place. The 1st place is online, after that television, but if online it's maybe 45%, in television are 32, 35, very close. After this, radio, newspapers, and so on. But we must to migrate. Me as a television director I understand that I need to migrate all our information in online and virtual platforms.
And the 3 most or 4 most powerful platforms online in top to bottom are which ones? Number 1, what's the top one?
Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
After the TikTok, no, first TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Telegram.
And Telegram too. So 4. And they control what percentage of the internet traffic would you say in Moldova? 70%? 60%?
Of what?
If you add them, if you add all 4 of those, Telegram and Facebook and Instagram, TikTok, that's 70% of all the internet traffic in Moldova?
Yes, 70%.
70%.
Oh, 70%.
Right. The going back to the 14th Army that sits on your border or sits within your country, I would say, within your country, how did they get there in the first place? Where did they come from?
They come from Russia.
They didn't come from in 1989. They didn't come from forces that were Soviet forces
Yes.
near the Berlin Wall or near the East Germany.
Maybe some of them come from there, but they rotate their troops
Yeah. And
every year.
how do they rotate troops today? Because you have Ukraine in the middle. How is that done?
They take civilian clothes and
Yeah.
go to the airport and go to Moscow and come back other people. A lot of them, people from Transnistrian region give not give. They took Russian passports.
I see.
The Russian, if they have problems with rotate these troops, they can found people with Russian passports even in Transnistrian region.
I see.
They
I see.
have, let's say a Russian soldier from Transnistria, born in Transnistria.
I see.
And they use people. They how to say, encadrate.
They train them and
train them and make them Russian soldiers, let's say.
And in addition to the Russian soldiers, the people that are developing the social media activity from the Russian side is supported by the government or probably private individuals. Does the government in Chisinau, the Sandu government, have also a operation, whether it's the foreign ministry or any particular sections of government, that focus in on creating the messages that are supposed to counter the other message? Or is that run by individual people or government, or who's behind it beyond the Romanians themselves?
Now, Moldavian government have a special minister, Minister of Reintegration Moldova. The main message of Moldavian government is we don't want to fight with you, because Russian propaganda often said Moldavian will attack you, and they keep people
nervous.
Yes, nervous every day. That's why the main message of Moldavian government is we want to live free. We want to become better and better, to live good, to have money, to have jobs. And like was in Germany, when the Eastern and Eastern part want to be with West because they live very well.
Yeah.
They have good social life. They have hospitals. They have. That's why I think the government of Maia Sandu want to integrate economically this region in the Republic of Moldova.
And in terms of joining, is there much support for the idea of Moldova joining with Romania, which is a NATO country? Is that a discussion that's in the air, or it's against the wish of the people, or what do they think of that idea? I know many voted from outside Moldova in the Romanian elections, those living elsewhere.
First of all, we have in Moldova are 2.5 million people.
Yep.
Less than 3 million.
Yep.
More than 1 million have Romanian passports. Mm-hmm. A lot of them want that Romania and Moldova became one state, because we speak the same language, we have the same culture, and so on and so on. A lot of them want to integrate in European Union through Bucharest. Bucharest will help us a lot to integrate. After that, they can make a referendum if the people want to unify Moldova. They can decide in a democratic way. But how I say, now we have 60% that want to integrate in European Union. They won't. They will vote, they will work, and they will fight with Russians.
You have listening people on the west coast of the United States, as well as on the East Coast in Washington and New York, and in Romania, of course, and probably a scattering elsewhere. And they don't know too much, many of these people, about Moldova. And that's how come I asked you questions about Transnistria at the end. And what message do you want to leave in their minds when they take us to look at the situation now, but not just now, although it's because it's particularly more tense, but generally speaking, what message do you want to convey, given what your father gave his life for and what you learned from your mother, you told me, about the meaning of that sacrifice? What message do you want to convey?
First of all, people must understand that here we are suffering a lot. Russian army brings out a lot of troubles, a lot of insecurity with no futures. A lot of people go in the West with their families, and like a human to human, let's say, I want to invite them to understand us, to understand our problems, and let's say, to work side by side to make the world more beautiful, more without wars, without suffering, without bombs, without nothing. I think people, a lot of them can't understand because they are far away from here, and I think they are very busy with other things. But if we stay in a quiet, you can how to say,
A quiet disposition.
yes, you can analyze and try to understand that somebody now in the Ukrainian front, some families now don't have mother, don't have fathers. That's why I think we must be more solidar to each other.
Nicolae, thank you very much. I thank you for your time and giving an insight into a situation that many people from afar don't understand in this rather complicated world. And I wish you well, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you, John, a lot. And I hope that my father, I consider he's a big hero, die for our freedom, and we must remember and fight with all these people who bring us death and problems. That's
Well, I'm
why
sure.
I'm very connected with this. Thank you for this interview, for this podcast, because we must to show people how what they lose, and to understand better our side, our position here. And if they want to help with something, they're welcome.
Well, I think you made the case very well, and I thank you for that. And see you soon.
See you soon, John. Thank you.